Hey, it's June 14th. This is Dave Shurter. Aquino, I just don't know what to say to you anymore. You have your little Satanist group focused on me, the little millennials who weren't there when I was a kid. You and I both know that the rituals that were performed and the allegiances you made and the things that you did, these little millennials weren't there. They don't have any faith in anything other than themselves. Doug Mesner and his little group. I just wanted to point out a few things. One, you seem to be totally focused on me. That's why you know, and it's been that way for a long time. You know, Ron Patton getting a thing from Fritz, wanting me to sign it to do a book with them. But then I found out that if I signed that thing, I was giving rights to everything I've done over to you indefinitely, or to Ron Patton and Fritz Springmeier. And that didn't happen. Ron Patton was also the first person who threatened me after I came out exposing Annie Kaspar, who came and lived in my house, was trying to get mail in my house so that she could get a protection order on me and throw me out of my house because you guys were so focused on my house. And that didn't happen. This directed energy weapon, the same thing that you've used in the Cuba embassy, the same thing you're using in the China embassy, you know, and you're under this impression that heaven and God are dependent on popular opinion. But heaven heaven's ability isn't based on popularity. And what we're seeing right now is exactly what was promised a long time ago. In the New Testament, Jesus Christ says that in the end, God would delude you into your own power. He would convince you that you couldn't fail, that you were going to win. Obviously, that has happened because you guys have become so sloppy. I mean, as a kid, when all this stuff started coming out, I thought this could never happen because you guys are way more careful than this. But you really thought you just couldn't fail. So you got to the point where you just didn't care. And now that you're getting busted out, you seem to think that popular opinion is going to save you, and it's not. In the end, what does it talk about? Wars and rumors of wars. I find it interesting that Trump tried to get us into war 6 months ago, and now he does this summit, which was nothing more than a photo op, and now he's saying, oh, war is over. It's all a manipulation. Earthquakes in various places. Well, if you watch Dutch Sense is talking that the USGS is hiding earthquakes. You really think that's going to work? Really? But the one that I want to focus on the most is that the mighty are about to be brought low. And that's what's getting ready to happen. You're focused on me, thinking that, oh, I exposed your crap in Canada. I didn't do anything. All I did was point it out. You're focused on me, but it's not. Obviously, I have very little to do with it. I'm just playing my part. Because to get away from the satanic bullshit that you guys did to me as a kid, the only way to actually effectively get rid of that is to flip to the other side, which was heaven and God, which is what I did. I find it interesting that you guys laughed about what I said about Johnny Depp, but what I did about Johnny Depp, and then 2 days later, his wife left him, his mother died, and his life has not gotten any better. Same thing about it is that I wanted Donald Trump's dick to rot off, and you guys laughed about that, but it really wasn't about that. I just wanted his life to be screwed, and I wanted it to be because of his penis. Now we're seeing Stormy Daniels and all of this other stuff coming out. You taught me as a kid through my training to bite down and never let go. So I'm just simply using what you taught me as a kid. And Mesner and his little group of Satanists denying it and mocking it and laughing about it doesn't change the facts. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm not into this in popularity. I've never had popularity. I grew up gay with a crazy family in small town Iowa. I was isolated and alone all my childhood. Why you think at 51 years old I would suddenly want to become popular is beyond me. I'm doing what heaven is directing me to do, which is doing my best to expose this mess. But you guys are so focused on me, thinking if you bring me down that you'll save yourselves and you'll stop all this. But I'm not the power behind it. I'm not the ones you're fighting, and you, this Trump thing, now they're actually talking about it. It's a cult, anyone who goes against the cult gets hurt. And that is all God's work too, because you are to stand and lead the unobedient right into the abyss. And it's happening. Those who are filled with hate and derision and have no concern for their fellow man, you're leading them right into the abyss. You're helping to separate the wheat from the chaff. And we are in a period that is beyond any of us. Man isn't in control. God is. And you've convinced a lot of people that God doesn't exist. Okay, I guess. See how well that fares for you in the end. But the last thing I want to say is that I've told you this over and over and over again. But my target audience isn't the rest of the population. It's you and your group. Because I don't want, in the end, for you to be able to say you weren't warned. I have warned you repeatedly throughout the years. There is no way for you to deny that you didn't know what was coming on. Whether you believed me, whether you took it to heart, totally beside the point. Doesn't make any difference. The fact is, you were warned. And that's all I care about. You are my target audience. Always have been. And I've said it over and over and over. We are at the end. God exists. And what we have been promised in the past is happening. And that's the way it's going to be. And there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it. You can convince the whole world that it's not happening. But it isn't going to stop it. So that's my video for the day.